So for this video, I'm actually going to do like a live mock. I'm not going to show you the paper because I haven't gotten permission, and I don't like to show students papers because they're papers for English or even Spanish. It's I consider them personal. Okay, I consider the word personal. All right. But I'm going to show you my reaction as I mark this paper. So what I'm marking is May, June 2022. So I know summary is not a favorite question at all. I would go out on a limb and say that summary is probably the least favorite question that any student deals with. I even have a very mature candidate, and he as well was like, summary, no. But I'm going to give you some advice as I go through this paper. And starting off with summary, you need to write 5 complete sentences. You can't just write one sentence or a phrase. You are not going to get your marks for summary if you do that. Second bit of advice about summary. Summary is supposed to be one paragraph of 120 words. You do not want to cross the word limit. Please don't cross the 120, but it's definitely going to have to be 120 words, and it should ideally be one paragraph. Now section B, the informative section, is a bit harder for me to give advice on because when we go into each situation, it's very specific, right? It's very contextually based. But you must understand, if you're dealing with a very serious situation, or you're writing to someone who you're not very familiar with, you will have changes in how you would respond as a human being. Okay, not as an English student, but as a human being. So that's what you need to be mindful of. Formatting, again, that's a 3 marks based on how I've interpreted the mark scheme. Yeah, but you need to understand the context. You don't want to go over your word count in your short stories. It must be I'm saying exciting, but it must generate interest. But it must also generate interest in an organized way, meaning that there should be a beginning, middle, end. I should be invested for the brief time that I'm reading. That's what should be happening there. And for section D, if you're doing section D and you have no idea what an intro, body, conclusion is, you have no idea what a thesis statement or even a topic sentence is, and you have no idea that you need to convince me, we would have problems. All right. My last point is that you should have very legible handwriting.